Hello everybody. I hope everybody is doing wonderful today. I am finally taking a little break here. There are times in life where we have to live our life and we cannot fit in a structured time to do our pagan life. And so we just got to do the best that we can. But we still need to apply what is important to us as pagans into the life that we live. My garden has been doing very well this year. I'm very proud of what I've been doing and how it's turned out. This year I have planted 11 tomato plants, and I have always lived by the rule that my dad taught me, and that is when you plant something in the garden, you're either going to get nothing or a lot. You're going to be overwhelmed. And so with me planting my 11 tomatoes, my plan was, I'm going to be overwhelmed. I'm going to get some gosh darn tomatoes. And I've been getting some tomatoes. A lady that I work with at work, she's a wonderful lady, and she does some major canning of her own. She is an amazing person, really. And we did a little bit of a barter. I went to her and says, hey, do you need some tomatoes, some green peppers, and some mint and rhubarb and all that? And she said that she could definitely use the tomatoes, and she'd love to have some mint. Well, in return, she brought over some of her canned peaches and a jelly and a pasta sauce. So, I got 5 jars of homemade canned goods, and she got some tomatoes, peppers, and mint from me. That was pretty good. Oh, and she also got some basil as well. So, this is what I like to do. This is a barter system, and this is people working together to improve each other, and that's something that we have to do as pagans. We become overly materialistic and so one-dimensional that we forget to do some of the more basic things. Last week we had a storm here in Iowa, and I got pummeled pretty bad. I had 3 limbs come down off of the biggest tree on my property, and they landed on my garage. But luckily for me, when I did the reshingling of my garage, I put in a couple more beams to strengthen it because, I'm a big guy and I'm jumping on there. I wanted to make sure it can handle my weight. And it handled all 3 of these limbs. And like I said, there were some 8-inch limbs on there. And when I came home from work, I had to call a professional tree service person to cut these down because, one, I don't trust myself on top of a roof with a chainsaw, and number 2, one of the limbs was on a power line, and so I decided I was going to let a professional do it. It cost me $400, but in the end it was worth it. I got pictures that I'll show you of that wonderful fiasco. Now, we got to find the good in bad situation. And I found good in this bad situation. Yes, it sucked having that tree come apart. That's actually one of the last trees that I have planned to be cutting down. And in fact, the people that removed it from those parts from the garage will be coming over sometime this month to do the professional job and take that tree all the way down so that I don't have to worry about it this winter, because it has power lines going through it, which is a scary thing. But anyway, I took the branches and the limbs to the landfill, and because that's where we're supposed to take them, and lo and behold, I saw something that I could use. And so I did my 6 loads to the landfill. We have a new cop in town, and he's a little picky. I didn't want to press my luck and get a ticket because all the leaves and all that's blocking the mirror. But anyway, I found a wheelbarrow. And so I checked it out, and it was in decent shape. I mean, the main wheel is in good shape. It could probably use a little bit more air. And it had, on one side, became a little loose. But other than that, it was in good shape. So, I talked to the lady running the county landfill, and she said that, yes, as long as you asked, yeah, you can have it. Scavenger rules. Cool. So today, I pulled out the wheelbarrow finally out of the back of the truck. I took some sandpaper because it had some rust to it. And so you take the sandpaper, all that rust out. I took an air can, it blew off all the rust, so, it's all cleaned up. And then I had a couple cans of green and black spray paint. And so I painted the insides green and black. And then I took 2 screws and some washers, and I refastened the one side that was loose. And so I got a brand new wheelbarrow. And, I can use it for, working on the retaining wall. I can move a lot more things around. Don't get me wrong, I love my wagon, I really do. I have a good Gorilla cart. It can move, it's a 4-wheeler. It can move 300-400 pounds of dirt. About that much. No problem. I can put a lot of things into it, no problem. But it just doesn't dump worth a damn. And so when I saw the wheelbarrow, yeah, I'll use it. That's what we have to do. Learn to see the good in a bad situation. And so I found a wheelbarrow. It costs maybe $6 to get it all as good as new, instead of the $73 that it would cost to buy it at my local farm store. So we tried to do pagan things. I bought 2 books when I was in Des Moines, and one of them is Embracing the Moon by Yasmin Gale Norn. Yeah. And that looks like this is going to be a very interesting book. Has a lot to talk about: invoking the elements, magical tools, symbols, magical living, prosperity and abundance, love and lust. It has its little spell section. It looks like a good book. And then the one that I was surprised to see, and once I saw it, I had to get it, and that is Creating Circles and Ceremonies by Oberon Zell. Now, I have a great deal of respect for Oberon Zell, and I already own a couple of his books. And so this is going to go to the collection of authors that I enjoy and will recommend to other pagans. And this one has just a load of information. And, it's talking about creating rituals, and this is going to help with the teaching. It also has a section, rites of passage, birth, puberty, adulthood, hand fasting, parenthood, elderhood, death, rebirth. It's just a wonderful book that is going to add detail, add flesh to my path, and hopefully to other people's paths that also watch my videos. Music. I love music. I think it's very important that we find the music that connects to us. Not everybody likes Enya. Not everybody can listen to Succubus, and all that. Everybody has their own style. There are people out there that have heavy metal pagan music, and if that's your thing, cool. Myself, when I bought the books, I also bought classical music. I got Brahms' Fourth Symphony. I've always kind of preferred Brahms and Rachmaninoff for classical music. It's just something I connect with. And then we have to, expand our horizons. And I bought a weird book. Yeah, weird for a lot of people. I've always loved military history, and I got The World's Worst Aircraft. So I think that's going to be an interesting little read as well. But you see, this is what's been going on with my life, and my hours are increasing, so I have got, I don't have as much time to devote to certain things that I wish I could do more with, but I'm doing the best I can. The other thing that's been taking my time is my Pagan Minecraft adventure concept. I have been adding a lot to that. If you have watched the video, you know that I have areas devoted to different pagan paths. Well, what I have been doing is on my map I have been adding various pagan icons onto the map and made little adventures into them, where I can put little chests and books in there. So far I have added the Tree of Life, a smaller scale version of an Egyptian pyramid. I'm working on a labyrinth right now, a massive labyrinth, where you need to go to the center to this tree and you'll get your reward and teleport it out. I have crafted houses that are going to be having books full of like herb knowledge, another one that's going to be about animals, another one that's going to be strictly about minerals. So I am trying to put all this information and all these little tidbits here, there, everywhere, so that it is interesting and people learn. I even built Hades. Off of my big lake that I built the river Styx, and it goes underground, and you go down the river and you can go to the Elysian Fields, and then into Hades, and then there's the pit of Tartarus, if I remember right, and there will be information about those afterlife areas, but also I'm going to put in some other nooks and crannies into this so that you can learn about other places of afterlife. So there will be one little section where we're going to be talking about Valhalla. There's going to be another one for Tir na Nog on the Summerlands. I have a lot of grand plans, and I am getting everything worked out, and so I've been busy, but I've been happy. So anyway, this video is now hitting almost the 15-minute mark, so I better shut up so I can get this downloaded. Everybody, take care. Be at peace.